Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking through some MLB prize picks for today, for Wednesday, June the 1st. This is my first time making an MLB video for prize picks, and I'm very excited to be covering MLB, as the NBA season starts to wind down. We do have the finals starting up on Thursday, and obviously I'll be covering, each finals game, giving some player props I like during the NBA finals. But I do want to start getting out some MLB videos. Now that we're gonna have days without basketball, we're gonna have the finals on Thursday, but then Friday, Saturday, there's gonna be no NBA games. Game 2 of the finals isn't gonna be until Sunday, so we're gonna have a lot of days, without NBA. And then obviously after the finals is over, we're gonna have 2 or 3 months where we just have MLB going on, until NFL starts up in September. So I do cover MLB. It's a sport that I've been playing since, I started DFS. I started playing DFS like back in 2016, 2017, and MLB was actually the first sport that I started playing DFS in. So I have a pretty long track record of, knowing MLB, knowing the game. And this is my first time giving out, player prop advice on MLB. Obviously, I've been covering prize picks a lot lately. I've been, providing a lot of prize picks content, and I really want to start getting out some MLB content for prize picks. So in these videos each day, it's going to be very similar to my NBA videos. So if you guys watch my NBA prize picks videos, we're going to cover a few props I like each day. I got 3 props I like in this video. The amount of plays I give out each day will kind of depend on how much there is on the board that I like. It also kind of depend on how many games there are. I will say that for Wednesday, for today, we do have a good amount of games today. I think there's like 16 total, but there's a lot of games, throughout the day. Like there's some early games. I think we have a doubleheader. We might actually have 2 doubleheaders today. I'm not sure honestly, but yeah, we got a lot of games today, so we're going to talk through a few player props I like. I found 3 props I like, taking a first look at the board on Tuesday night. I will say that for MLB right now, they don't have like their full board posted. I try and make my videos the night before, just so I can get them up early so, as many people can watch them as possible. And right now on Tuesday night, at the time I'm making this video, there's only 4 options available, first run innings allowed, hitter fantasy score, hits plus walks, and runs plus RBIs. Normally in the MLB categories, there's a lot more than this. Like they'll have pitcher fantasy score, strikeouts. So have a ton of other props. I'm going to talk to Prizepicks and see if I can get them to start, posting some of their props a little bit earlier, because I'm recording this video at 1:45 in the morning on Tuesday night, technically Wednesday morning. So recording this video really late. I kind of stayed up late and wanted to see, how long it would take Prizepicks to put more props out. But this is kind of all that we got for now. Still, though, I was able to find 3 props I liked for today. So again, we'll talk through these 3 plays. We will share why I like them. I hope you guys, will enjoy these MLB videos. Hopefully, I will be able to provide you, some good analysis, some good information, be able to back up my picks, which is something that I always want to do. I'm not like a big data guy. I'm not like a big analytics guy. But I will say for MLB, the MLB is a sport where analytics are kind of like, more known, and you kind of have to, look more into data and advanced analytics more than any other sport. So yeah, we'll definitely talk about that as well when we give out some of the plays that I do like. But as always, guys, hit that like button if you enjoy these videos. Hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Again, I'm going to try and cover MLB pretty much every day that we don't have an NBA game. So for Thursday, I probably won't have an MLB video up for Thursday, but I'll definitely have one up most likely for Friday, maybe Saturday, and then when NBA starts back on Sunday, I'll cover NBA Sunday. And basically, the days we don't have an NBA game, I want to try and get get a MLB prop video up. And then obviously after the NBA season is over, I'll try and cover MLB every day. I'm very excited to see kind of how these videos do. I haven't made MLB content on the channel in a while, so it'll be interesting to see, what kind of the attraction is. I know MLB is not as popular of a sport as NBA is, as NFL is, but it's still a sport that I like to talk about, to provide content for. It's a sport that I like to watch as well, especially when I have some money on the line. So yeah, guys, let's talk through the 3 plays that I like for Wednesdays. Wednesdays, I think 16 games, like I said earlier. We'll start off with the first play. So the first play is going to be a hitter fantasy score that I like. We're going to go to Jazz Chisholm. Now, the Marlins and the Rockies do have a doubleheader today, so that's why you see 2 projections for Jazz Chisholm. If you can see right here, it says Wednesday, June 1st, 3:10 p.m., Game 1. So that's Game 1 of the doubleheader. And then, Wednesday, June 1st, 6:40, Game 2. So that's Game 2 of the doubleheader. We're going to be taking the over 8.5 hitter fantasy score for Jazz Chisholm in Game 1. So this game does start at 3:10 Eastern Time, which, again, is another reason why I want to try and get these videos up early, especially on the days where we have games during the afternoon. I want to get these videos out so you guys can get these plays in before the game starts. We're going to take the over on his fantasy score in the Game 1 of the doubleheader. And one of the reasons I like this play so much is because It looks like Antonio Senzatella is going to be pitching for the Rockies in Game 1 of this doubleheader, and Antonio Senzatella has not been very good this year. You can take a look at some of his stats on Baseball Savant. This is a site that I like to look at for more advanced prop or advanced data, I should say. Kind of helps you research for your props. Again, like I'm not a super big data guy. Like I'm not studying these analytics like all day, but I like to take a look at some of these stats, and it can kind of show you how a pitcher is performing this year. Maybe if they're getting a little bit lucky, if pitchers aren't getting a lot of strikeouts, that those can always be pitchers worth targeting, and that's what Antonio Senzatella is. He's a pitcher that does not get a lot of strikeouts. As you can see this year, in terms of K rate, K percentage, he's towards the bottom of the league. You can look at his stats so far in 2022. He's got an 8% strikeout rate this season, Antonio Senzatella does, which is bottom 1% of the league. He has a 4.5 ERA or 4.55 ERA with an expected ERA of 6.9. So clearly, he's kind of getting lucky to have just a 4.55 ERA. He's getting lucky to have that. Like his ERA should be way worse because he allows a lot of balls to get put in play. He doesn't really get many strikeouts, and in order to have success in the major leagues as a pitcher, you got to be able to strike guys out, and that's something that Senzatella just hasn't. He's never been able to do. I mean, you can take a look at his stats basically since he came into the league in 2017. He's had less than a 20% K rate since he came into the league. And over the last 3 seasons, I mean, the K rate's really come down, like 13% in 2020, and so far this year in 2022. I know he's only made, what has he made? I think 7 or 8 starts. Still, though, an 8% strikeout rate, that's towards the bottom of the league. I'm pretty sure in terms of, starting pitchers, Senzatella has, the lowest strikeout rate out of, every starting pitcher in the league, which is just crazy. He lets you put the ball in play. Expected WOBA stats are very high. They're towards the bottom of the league. He's given up, a lot of hits. He has a high expected batting average. I think it's a really good spot for these Marlins bats. We don't have an implied run total yet for the Marlins, but they should be able to put up plenty of runs here against Senzatella. For those of you that may be new to MLB, where the Rockies play at home in Coors Field. Coors Field is one of the most hitter-friendly ballparks. It's always been one of the most hitter-friendly ballparks, and that's one of the reasons I like some of these Marlins hitters so much, and especially Jazz Chisholm. Jazz Chisholm should be leading off for the Marlins for Game 1 of this doubleheader. And he's kind of like a do-it-all guy. He's got power. He puts the ball in play. He's got a ton of speed as well. If he's always a threat to get on base and get stolen bases, and stolen bases are huge for a fantasy score. Stolen bases are worth 5 points each. There's definitely a chance that Jazz Chisholm gets a single, steals second base, and that's 8 fantasy points right there. He's already close to hitting his projection. If he comes around and scores a run, that gives him 10 fantasy points, and that puts him over. Just like that. So Jazz Chisholm in Coors Field, a really good hitter, should be able to thrive in Coors, especially with how spacious the outfield is, with how Jazz Chisholm, with how much speed he has. As you can see in terms of sprint speed, he's 96th percentile in the league. He's one of the fastest guys in the league. Again, he puts the ball in play. He's got a high barrel percentage this year, so a lot of his balls in play, he's hitting them hard, which is something you like to see. He's barreling up the ball a lot. Does strike out a little bit, but I will say that again, as we talked about, Antonio Senzatella just doesn't get strikeouts. He has a super, super low K rate. So leading off in Coors Field, probably gets 4, maybe 5 at-bats. I feel really good about Jazz Chisholm being able to score 9 fantasy points here. And I know MLB hitter props can definitely be random. I will say that when it comes to MLB, there is a lot more variance than a sport like NBA and NFL. A hitter could be playing great, have a hit in 7 straight games, and then could go 0 for 4, the next day. I mean, there's definitely some randomness when it comes to hitter props and, in terms of, predicting hitter performances. But I think, when you look at the matchup versus Senzatella, the ballpark in Coors Field, with how good of a hitter Jazz Chisholm is, with how he's just kind of a do-it-all guy, with how ways he can rack up fantasy points, getting on base, stealing bases. He's got power. I think he has 7 home runs this season. Obviously, Coors Field is a very hitter-friendly park. Just kind of like all the boxes are checked for me. So I'm taking over 8.5 hitter fantasy score for Jazz Chisholm in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Make sure you check Game 1 because that is the game that Senzatella is expected to pitch in. And then for the other 2 props I'm going to take, these are both going to be the first inning runs allowed. These are going to be nerfies pretty much, so no run first inning. These can be a little bit tough to do just because it is, you're kind of, there's a little bit more variance. You have to, obviously, for this play to hit, if you're betting under on these, basically no runs have to be scored in the first inning. You have to get 6 outs without any runs being scored. If you play NBA player props on Prizepicks, you can kind of compare it to the new prop they added, which is the 1.5, 3-pointers made in the first 6 minutes. That was a new prop that Prizepicks added for NBA. That is a very similar thing to the no-run first innings in MLB. Again, you're basically just saying that no run's going to be scored in the first inning. And I think there's not going to be a run scored in the first inning in this Giants-Phillies game. So I'm taking the under 0.5 projected first inning runs in the Giants-Phillies game. And the reason I like this play so much is because we have two good pitchers pitching in this game. We have Aaron Nola and Carlos Rodon pitching, both very good pitchers, both guys that can get a lot of strikeouts. That's something that I like to look for when I look for these nerfy props. I don't want pitchers that are going to let guys put the ball in play, because when guys are putting the ball in play, that's just going to lead to hits. That could lead to home runs. These are guys that can just get batters out quickly. They can strike batters out. Both Rodon and Nola have been getting a ton of Ks this year. They're both pretty much, they're elite pitchers. They've been pitching really well this year. And I went back and looked at all their starts that they have made this season. So Aaron Nola has made 10 starts this season. He has not allowed a run in the first inning in 9 of his 10 starts. And the one start where he did allow a run in the first inning was against the Mariners on May 10th. He gave up 2 runs in the first inning, but he's 9 for 10 this season on not allowing a run in the first inning. And then I went back and looked at Carlos Rodon's game log. He's made 9 starts this season. He's 8 for 9 on not allowing runs in the first inning. The game where he did allow a run in the first inning was against the Cardinals, and that was basically his worst start of the season against the Cardinals. And the Cardinals, they have been crushing left-handed pitching this season. He gave up 4 runs in the first inning against the Cardinals. Every other start, Rodon has not allowed a run in the first inning. So anytime you get like 2 good pitchers going up against each other, these are always times when I like to target these no-run first inning props, and this is one that I do like for today. Taking the under on the Giants and Phillies runs in the first inning. I don't think they're going to score a run in the first inning. If they do, it is what it is. There's always a chance that Aaron Nola hangs a curveball down the middle and Jock Peterson sends it to the moon or something. There's always a chance that happens, but I'm going to bank on the talent of both these pitchers. I'm going to bank on them both being able to get through these, get 3 outs quickly and get through the top of the lineups. So that's the second play that I like. And then the third play I like is once again going to be another no-run first inning prop. And we're going to the Tigers and Twins game, taking the under in this one as well. And this is another reason, another reason I like this one is because of the pitchers. Right now in this matchup, or expected in this matchup, we have Tarik Skubal versus Bailey Ober. Bailey Ober, kind of like an average pitcher. Nothing special about Bailey Ober, but Tarik Skubal specifically for the Tigers, he's been pitching really well this year. He's been getting a lot of strikeouts. I do worry about the top of that Twins lineup, specifically Byron Buxton. Byron Buxton is a great hitter. He's having an MVP type of season. He's just been amazing this year. He's got a lot of power. He's always a threat to lead off the game with the home run. But Scobal's been getting a lot of strikeouts, which again is something that I like to see. And he's also been pretty good at not allowing a run in the first inning this season. He's made 9 starts this season. He's 7 for 9 on not allowing a run in the first inning. So 2 of his 9 starts, he gave up a run. And the 2 teams he gave up a run against were his first start of the season against the White Sox. And then when he faced the Astros on May the 5th, he did allow a run in the first inning to the Astros. Every other start, though, Tarik Skubal has not allowed a run in the first inning. So this is kind of another one that I like. I just think when you look at the top of this Twins lineup, I do worry about Byron Buxton. I think Buxton is definitely a threat to get on base. He's not really stealing many bases this year, but he's a big power bat. He's always a threat to lead off the game with a double or a home run. But like Skubal's been pitching so well this year, he's been getting strikeouts. I think he can get through the top of this Twins lineup, and if he can, I feel pretty good about Bailey Ober being able to get through his portion of the Tigers lineup. The Tigers, man, I feel bad for any Detroit Tigers fans out there because the Tigers there's nothing going positive for the Tigers right now. The Tigers have been terrible for the last, 4 to 5 seasons, and their lineup just, once again, it's terrible this season. You look at this lineup, Willie Castro, Jonathan Scope, Miguel Cabrera. Obviously Miggy's a great hitter, but, he's towards the end of his career. Hero Castro, they signed Javi Baez, and Javi Baez has a lot of power, but he also strikes out a ton. Cody Clemens, Jamer Candelario, this lineup is just not good, and Bailey Ober is a good enough pitcher that I think he can easily get through the top of this Tigers lineup, and Bailey Ober has been good at not allowing a run in the first inning. Ober has made 6 starts this season. He has not allowed a run in the first inning in all 6 starts that he's made this season, so that's another one, that I feel good about. I think both these pitchers are good enough that they can get through the top of these lineups. I guess my biggest concern is, Byron Buxton leading off for the Twins. I do worry about him, putting a ball in the gap or hitting a home run. But again, Skubal's been pitching so well this year, been getting strikeouts, been getting guys to chase. So I like it. I'm taking it. I'm taking under, half a run scored, or basically no run scored in the first inning in the Tigers and Twins game. So we got a hitter fantasy score prop that I like for today, and then we got 2 no-run first inning props that I'm liking for this Wednesday slate. So again, guys, these are 3 plays I like for baseball on Wednesday. Worth noting, like I said earlier, this hitter fantasy score play is the first part of a doubleheader, so this game does start at 3:10 Eastern time, so it's an afternoon game. You're going to want to make sure that you're getting this play in time. I wanted to try and get this video up the night before the game starts, so that way everyone has at least enough opportunity to get that play in. And then the other 2 plays don't start until later in the night, like 6:05 Eastern time is when this Giants-Phillies game starts, and then the Tigers-Twins game starts at 7:10 Eastern time. For the most part, when I'm making these MLB videos, I'm going to try and avoid taking a ton of plays in like early afternoon games, just because I know a lot of people may not watch these videos till later in the day, maybe after the games have already started. So if I can, I want to try and get props for the night games if possible. But again, with Prizepicks, with how they're putting their props out right now, they're not giving the full board up, at least at the times that I want to make these videos. Again, I'm going to try and talk to Prizepicks, see if they can start posting their full board a little bit earlier, so that way I can have more options to choose from, because I do, again, like to make my videos the night before. But this is what we got to work with for Wednesday, and these are the props I'm liking for MLB today. So again, guys, I'm excited to be talking some MLB. It's been a while since I made MLB content, but I do want to cover some MLB props that I like each day on the days that we don't have NBA. Obviously, on Wednesday today, there's no NBA games. We will have Game 1 of the NBA Finals on Thursday. I'll have a video up for that game. Probably won't do MLB that day, but for Friday, there won't be an NBA game, so I'll probably make an MLB video for Friday, especially if you guys show a lot of love on this video. If it seems like there's a lot of people that want more MLB content from me, I will try and continue to upload MLB videos as much as I can. But that's all that I got for today, guys. I wish you the best of luck tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Real quickly as well, if you're new to Prizepicks, you want to check them out, you can sign up with my promo code, link down below in the description, or just when you sign up for Prizepicks, make sure to use promo code NOAH. Prizepicks will match your first deposit up to $100. If you deposit $50, $100, whatever it may be, they will double that, just basically up to $100. Prizepicks will double your first deposit when you sign up with promo code NOAH. But good luck tonight, guys. Thanks for watching the video. As always, hope you guys are excited for some MLB videos coming soon. I'm excited to continue to make them. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video, guys. Best of luck tonight. Peace.